Hello, Sam here from Order Systems, and in this video I'd like to show you how we set up the award-winning HR40 Remote Control and some of the features that are available as well. So this is the HR40 Remote Control, which was released in the later part of 2023, and as far as remotes go, it's not only a smart looking remote control, it's packed full of features too. Physically, it's well weighted, weighing in at 0.18 kilograms. It's quite comfortable to hold. It's got a 3.1 inch high resolution capacitive touchscreen which you can swipe and scroll onto. There is a speaker built in for the Find My Remote feature, voice control feedback and intercom. Yep, said intercom, more on that later on. On the side of the remote is the voice control button, which you can also use for the intercom push to talk, and at the top of the screen is the microphone for those voice services. The buttons on the remote are backlit and the level can be adjusted independently from the touchscreen. On the top of the remote is an integrated IR blaster. So if you're retrofitting and you just cannot get a cable to a location, you can fire the IR directly from the remote control. The charging base for the remote is pretty minimalistic, no big stands or cradles. The base is also magnetic to ensure a secure hold and is powered by a 5V 2 amp PSU. The physical buttons provide basic core functions that you would find on most remote controls, and it also has 2 buttons you can add custom commands to. If you need additional buttons, you can add them to the touchscreen and map them in the configurator. The provisioning of the remote is done via its UI. With the HR10 and the HR30 and other previous generation remotes, you'd need to connect a USB cable to the remote and then onto the laptop and input the Wi-Fi details manually. The HR40 scans for the Wi-Fi networks. You simply input the password and register it on a viewer and away you go. So let's go through the setup of the HR40 Remote Control. Let's go through the setup. You'll need to make sure that you've got the communication device for the handheld remote control under the interfaces tab in configurator. On the remote, we boot it up either by pressing and holding the power button or simply docking it in its cradle and it will begin the boot up. When we boot it up, it asks us to configure the Wi-Fi information. My remote is already connected to my Wi-Fi network, but you'll need to input your password on the remote. Once that's done, the remote will ask to be registered by a device that is already on the system, such as an ITP or a mobile viewer, for instance. Now that the remote is in configurator, we can set it up in the subsystems just like you would on a touchscreen or a mobile device. So let's go through what I have on the remote control. Under the interface tab, we've got the ELAN HR40. I'll expand its properties and see what our layouts, home security lighting, etc. So let's go through what I'll have on the remote control. Under layout home, it's got the stock home page, which I'll leave in there for now. Under security, it's got my alarm on my house. So I'm going to just remove the external air here and leave the home and door lock. Press apply. Under lighting, I'm going to add in some areas. So add in the ground floor there and also the first floor too. I'm also going to add in a custom page as well, which I can do on this remote control. So a page that I've built in the lighting tab. Under media, just going to tidy this up. So I'm just going to leave living room and office in there. Press apply. Climate's got my Hive heating stat in there. Under video, just want to add in the cameras that I want to show on the remote control and organize them as well. Under utilities, I've got my AirThings hub and also my Arachnus PoE switch as well. For intercom auto. And then for power, it's got my custom power page in there. And also I'm going to add in my shade page too. while I'm here, I'm going to change the theme of the remote control as well. So I'm going to go to the user interface and display settings. I'm going to change that to HR40 live and press apply. So on the screen, we've got all the subsystem elements that you'd find on an ITP8 or even a mobile viewer. We've got home, climate, security, video, lighting, shades, media, intercom, utilities, power control and settings, and there's more we can add as well, but these are just the ones I've got on my system. Home can display the default loadout home pages. This one's got the system modes, home and away. It's got the weather and calendar integration as well. I can also add my own custom home page to this. In configurator, I go to the layouts home and just remove the default loadout and put in my custom home page, press apply. I now go to home. It's got my custom home page on here. So I've got my system modes, home and away. I've got a camera feed. I've got calendar integration. I've got gate release, which just releases the relay on my 2M Verso, some outdoor lights and some RGB control and door lock control as well. There are many other components you can add to your custom home page. Mine's a little bit over the top just for demonstration purposes. Going back, under climate, I have control of my Hive heating system. And I can also control my Texcom alarm system as well, so I can arm the system if I wanted to via a numerical keypad. Under the video tab, I can access my cameras. I have got a camera sitting here on my desk. The image is upside down. But if I select the camera, the image comes up on the screen and I can pinch and zoom on that image if I want to as well. I can also put the camera in full screen. So if I press full screen, it puts it into landscape mode. And again, I can pinch and zoom on that image there. I can also build and tear down privacy masks and add any custom buttons where I could control gates or lights, or add even an event map for custom control. Lighting is pretty standard. I can control the lights on my system, but I also have a custom page called lighting. On here, I've got a lighting scene, a little bit of RGB control, got a camera feed in there. It's got nothing on there just at the moment, but I've got a camera feed on there and some customizable scenes which the end user can interact with and change the lighting levels on the fly. I then have shades where I can control my nice shading motor. And media, again, is pretty standard. And when I turn on a zone, it will activate the keypad backlights. The next feature is pretty cool. We can answer the intercom call on the remote and also do panel-to-panel calling. So on my desk here, I've got the 2M Verso. I'm going to press my call button and the remote will begin ringing. It will get a little bit of feedback at first because I'm only a couple of feet away from my Verso, so I'll turn the volume down and I'll be able to have a two-way conversation with the person who's standing at the gate and also see the video as well. So I'll press the button on the side to talk and we can hear myself talking through my Verso. I can also press and hold the button on the screen and I can have that simplex conversation. So that's a one-way audio at the moment, which can be changed to duplex in the configurator. On there as well, I could add some gate control too, so I can release the relay and open a gate or a strike lock. Utilities allows us to interact with devices such as an Arachnus PoE switch. I can also view my AirThings hub, which gives me feedback of the air quality in my office. And under power control is a custom page to control the outlets on my 8-way A10 IPPDU. Then we can head into the settings tab. We've got a clean screen option where it puts the remote onto a locked state for 45 seconds so you can clean the screen without accidentally turning something on or turning something off. Under brightness, this is where we can change the brightness level of the screen as well as the keypad. And we can change the theme in here as well. So the default out of the box is Azuro. We have Azuro Live, we have Blue Vortex and HR40 Live. I believe there's going to be more themes added down the line, but these are the 4 you get on the remote at the moment. So on the side of the remote, we've got this button here. So if I press the button, what are the 7 Horcruxes in Harry Potter?
The 7 Horcruxes are Tom Riddle's diary, Marvolo Gaunt's ring, Salazar Slytherin's locket, Helga Hufflepuff's cup, Rowena Ravenclaw's diadem, Nagini the snake, and Harry Potter himself.
So that's the Alexa service that's built into the remote. Then finally we have the Find My Remote feature. Should little hands lose the remote control, or you've put it down and can't remember where it is, from any nice viewer, we can go to the settings and use the Find My Remote feature. And that's the HR40. Thank you very much for watching.